All right, this is video 5 in 4.01, and it's a self-check, so it's a practice problem. Maria hosts a radio show. She must play 14 commercials during her 1-hour radio show. Each commercial is either 1/2 minute or 1 minute long if the total commercial time during that hour is 10 minutes. Graph the system to find out how many commercials of each type Maria needs to play. Okay, so step 1, identify the critical information. So what we have here is a situation where we have two kinds of commercials. We'll have two variables. X is the number of, and I'll call them short commercials. They're 1/2 minute short commercials. And we'll have Y equal the number of long commercials. Long commercials. Okay, so we need two equations here. So one of those equations is going to use the fact that we have 14 commercials total. So we know then that, and I'm going to move this down one line there. We know that X plus Y equals 14 because there are 14 total commercials. I'm also going to highlight here, X is the number of short commercials. So I'm going to have 1/2 minute. Those are the short commercials. And then the 1 minute long are the long commercials. So Y is the long commercials. So we know that X plus Y is 14 because there are 14 total commercials. And so the other thing we need to include is the information about the 10 minutes. And so that comes into play because we have 0.5, those are the short commercials, so 1/2 of a minute. Actually, I'm going to use a fraction. 1/2 of a minute times the number of those commercials. So this will be the amount of time that is taken up with the 1/2 minute long commercials. And then we're going to add to that the amount of time that is taken up by the 1 minute long commercials. So this is the amount of time taken up by the 1 minute long commercials. You multiply 1 by however many of those there are. And the result then has to be 10. Okay, so now the next step, we have our two equations, and I didn't actually need to write this one there. I just could have written Y, but it's fine. So we need to solve both of those for Y so that they're written in slope-intercept form. So in this first one, we have X plus Y equals 14, and we're going to subtract X from both sides. The result right up here will be Y is equal to negative X plus 14. The other equation, we have 1/2 X plus Y is equal to 10. And if we subtract 1/2 X here from both sides, we will get the result which we need, which is, let's actually just write it here. Y is equal to negative 1/2 X plus 10. All right, so we have those two equations, and then the next thing we need to do is to graph. So I'm going to go to my Desmos graphing, and I actually want to rewrite this as a negative X plus 14, like I did on the piece of paper there. And so when I graph these, I can see the point of intersection, but I'd like to see the whole graph. I can just pull it over here, and you can zoom out. So there I can see the whole thing. That's nice. And so there I see that my y-intercept is 10, and I go down by 1 to the right 2, down by 1 to the right 2. Here my y-intercept is 14, and I go down by 1 to the right 1, down by 1 to the right 1. And so my point of intersection here is the point 8, 6. So 8, 6 is the solution. So I'm going to write the solution here, 8, 6. So if I use the highlighting here, x is 8, y is 6, that tells me that the number, let's see if I can write number correctly, number of short commercials is 8, and, well, I'm writing everything out, so I should write out and. The number of long commercials is 6. And that is the solution for that self-check, and those are the steps I would take to solve that.